What is up, Endgame family? Missed you. And I mean it. It's weird not streaming every single day or most days. Football season, the regular season, sadly, has been over, but playoff season's still here. We got two more weekends of football, one of which about to come up. We got the conference championships on Sunday, and then Super Bowl, and then that's a wrap on the season. It's been a wrap on the fantasy football season for the regular season, but it's really not a wrap if you have Underdog. So I'm back to show you what they got and to let you know that you can still draft a football team for fantasy on Underdog. And so we've done the last couple of weeks some of those big tournaments. We've done a couple of playoff best ball, and that means you're drafting a team for the duration of the playoffs. We also did a battle royal, which was just for that weekend. Well, there's only 2 weekends left, and there's only 4 teams left. So those big tournaments are over. Can't draft really a full team when there's not that many players left in the pool. But I'm going to show you that there are still a lot of contests on Underdog, so a lot of ways that you can draft and have some fun, win some money, show you what they got. Of course, reminder, if you haven't tried Underdog yet, still a great time to do it. Promo code Endgame, check it out. And I'm going to show you what it's all about if you haven't used it yet. But even if you already have one, you're not sure what they have to offer, we'll walk you through it and I'll show you who I'm going to draft in this tournament I'm about to jump into and who I like. And I guess sort of reveal my picks for this weekend, who I think might go to the Super Bowl. Might surprise you a little bit, but we will see. No promises, Clayton, but we'll see. I'll put in a good word. How about that? What is up, by the way? What's up to everybody who is watching? Now, let's see if I can get on here, show you guys what there is. All right. So we're looking at the tournaments. If you're on Underdog and you click on NFL, look how much there is still. You'd think, oh, there's only one or two things. There's all sorts of options. So the cover three is a three-person draft. That's the name. Three entry max too. I like that. It's one thing I've always liked about Underdog is you're not going to have any contest where you have people maxing out with like 100,000 entries. You're not going up against these guys who are using bots to generate lineups. Usually they're smaller. They're not always this small, of course, but still, they are pretty good about setting limits here. Cover four, it's a four-person draft. Same deal though. Sunday knockout. Of course, all the games are on Sunday because there's only 2 games this weekend. So another three-person draft. These are all $10, $10. You want to go a little bit bigger. The Blitz single entry. I love that too. $75 entry, but only one shot at it. So again, you're just going up against only the people who are serious. And look, only 144 entrants. So you think, wow, what are my chances? Your chances are pretty good to win at least something. Of course, the entry fee is higher, but this is only for the more serious players. I'm actually might do one of those blitzes a little bit later, but for now, I'll show you what else they got. Fullback dive two. This is a 5 entry max. Same thing, 2K to first. Also a small pool there. Sunday brawl two, third and short. The bomb, which is $100 entry. And again, it looks like a much smaller pool, like 1,000 max. And bigger prizes, bigger entry, makes sense. And the QB sneak two. So all sorts of choices here. I may do a blitz a little bit later, like I said, but for our purposes here, since drafting and talking is a little harder, let's try the Sunday brawl. Why not? All right, now before I jump in, because this is a four-person draft, chances are it's going to fill probably seconds after I enter. So let me go over the rules beforehand to remind everyone how this works or let you know. So if you jump in one of these, and again, it tells you this is a four-person draft. And yeah, because there's only 4 teams playing, you're not going to be able to fill out much of a roster. This is just for conference championship weekend. Draft size is 4, draft round 6. And it's 30-second clock. So also once you jump in, it's full go, 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 go. First place gets 5K. Second place gets half that. Third place still pretty respectable, 1,250 and so forth. See the prizes there. Even if you don't finish that highly, if you're among the top, what 1,250, you can still double your money. So not too bad. There are the games. Think we should know who's playing. All right, half PPR is always underdog. That's how they roll. It's half PPR. So we're going to need a quarterback. Remember, 4-person draft, 4 teams. Get to pick the guy that you think is going to carry your team. Maybe go quarterback first. I'm not going to be shocked if Lamar Jackson is either the number 1 or 2 pick here. 1 running back. We already know who that's going to be if you get the number 1 or 2 pick. 2 receivers, a flex, and a tight end. Tight end is now required. So, with the 4-person draft, you're definitely getting a starting tight end no matter what. Curious whether Mark Andrews gets drafted high. All right. So that's it. Let's get it. All right. Now, wait for one more person to join. Already got 3 in here. As soon as it starts and it fills up, and there you go. We're on. All right, so I got exactly a minute to get started here, and I got the number 4 pick. All right, awesome. Out of 4 teams, I'm number 4. So I'm not getting CMC or Lamar. Who am I going to take? All right. Is there another running back that really is first round or even honestly 2.1 worthy out of this bunch? Like, I'm not drafting against you guys. I'm not drafting it with or against Chris here. I'll go ahead to my queue now. Yeah, Pacheco's number 2 running back on my list, but I'm not taking him. I don't think I'd rather have one of these receivers. I'm not risking Debo. I already got burned with him last week because he was my first round pick. Clayton, I know you're listening. Brandon Ayuk, yes, gets a bump. Yes, he might be one of my first picks. We'll see. Sun God has got to be up there too, of course. Sure, Rishi Rice. Tight end. Now, I'm not surprised because I did take Kelsey in one of the tournaments a couple of weeks ago. I'm not surprised Kelsey conveniently now is scoring all sorts of touchdowns. Yeah, I might take Kelsey too. So let's see. All right, there's CMC. Look, I'm not getting stuck with Brock Purdy. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Wow. All right. Sun God, number 2. I thought for sure Lamar would go next, but Python, did you get in here? How did you get in here, Python? You get in right as soon as. All right. All right. I love it. Um, okay. So you jumped in here just as soon as I did. Awesome. I'm taking Lamar. Wow. I was gifted the quarterback for the team that I think is going to go to the Super Bowl. Not that it matters for this contest. Again, it's just best ball for this weekend, but I'm going to go Lamar. I do not want Purdy or Goff as my quarterback, so thank you very much. All right. So it's either Ayuk, because I think Debo might not play. I'm not too scared of that Lions secondary. Kelsey, if you want to go conspiracy theory, but there's still good tight ends left. Pacheco against that Baltimore defense. I'll go Ayuk. All right, Python not wasting time. He had Gibbs fired up and ready there. Now, I only need, of course, 1 quarterback. Only need 1 running back. You can flex a running back. Is it really a running back worth flexing? I don't think so. Actually, you know what? Python, you're in this draft. You're watching, I'm sure. You're looking at who I have queued up. Oh well, that's okay. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Look, you took Gibbs. Maybe I'll take Monty. We'll split the difference. All right, there goes Pacheco. I mean, is there any other running back really that you feel good about here? Like really good about Dalvin Cook and Eli Mitchell are already up on the board here. Gus Edwards. I think I almost have to take Monty. Blazer and Python already have a running back. Goes Kelsey. All right, yeah. I'm just telling you right now. Look, you want to flex them out. You're gonna get both Lions. Go for it. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, I'll take Monty. I feel Yeah, I took a backseat to Gibbs. I know this, but he still has touchdown upside. And then tight ends left. Kittle, Andrews, likely. Do I go Kittle and Ayuk? Why not? Look at these receivers. I'm going Kittle. And just like that, it's getting rough here. But look, I don't have to start Purdy or Goff, so I feel Lamar can single-handedly lead me to victory, and that's what's gonna happen. Plus, I'm going Niners. Now, that I believe that says Justin Ross. Is that Justin Ross? Justin Ross, is he on the team? I don't think he's on the Kansas City roster anymore. All right, interesting move. You're that confident in your team. You're gonna win despite having Justin Ross. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's active and I just am not aware of it. You look Python wins all sorts of these contests, so I'm not gonna question. I'm not even gonna question you. Let's see. Do I really go all in on Niners with Juwan Jennings? Maybe. I like him better than Jameson Williams. Josh Reynolds scored a touchdown last weekend. I do have Lamar, so I do want to stack somehow. I might go, yeah, I might go Dell, might go Aguilar, one of those guys. Bateman. Has Bateman never done anything? Not really. I'll see what Python does here. All right, going Jameson. I'll snatch Odell and just hope he does something. I could go double stack and go Bateman and hope he does something, or I could go crazy and flex likely. That's a possibility. It's gonna be one of those guys. Unless I go Josh Reynolds. He's limited. Aguilar. Okay, Bateman likely. I go Bateman. I just go both Baltimore receivers and hope one of them scores. Now, with that said, what do I have here? I do have one line. I have two Niners receivers, a receiver and a tight end. I got two Ravens receivers, and I got Lamar. I'm in on the Ravens. Yes, I think the Ravens do win, despite the whole Kelsey Tay conspiracy. I think it's Ravens, and I think it's Lions, and I'm going Niners in fantasy. Although I did get Monty, but I think the Lions do it. I really do, because more so, Clayton. You can turn the volume off right now. Uh, I think the Niners are due to choke. I just do. I thought they were going to lose last week against the Packers, and they almost did, and so they almost deserved to lose, but they didn't. Uh, but I don't know. I think the Lions seems like they are the team of destiny this year, so why not go Lions? So here's my team: Lamar, Monty, Ayuk, Beckham, and Bateman, and then Kittle. Hey, for a four-man draft in four teams and play, I don't hate it. So that's it. Super quick. You want to draft for this weekend conference championships? There you go. It took me all of, I think, not even 10 minutes to get in there, get a draft, $10, chance to win a couple $1,000. We'll see what happens. Odell Beckham has a huge game. I got a chance to cash Bateman. Just as something, I have a good chance to get some of my money back because not a lot of people are going to have Bateman. That's a differentiation play, sort of. Not really hard. It's hard to differentiate in this kind of format, but that's it. Look how many different choices you got here. And don't forget, pretty soon it's going to go live. I already did one for the baseball channel, which, of course, if you're subscribed to this channel, you should already be subscribed to the Fantasy Endgame MLB baseball channel. I reviewed my first underdog draft on there, but I'm pretty soon, once maybe spring training is underway, going to do a live draft. So y'all want to check out baseball, can do it too. All right, and I'm not ignoring you, but I just had to share my screen there and draft. So I'm going to get to your comments, your questions, whatever. What is up, Python? Not sniping. All right, appreciate that. Yeah, you didn't snipe me. And yeah, Clayton, I do think that they're gonna need to go through Ayuk. They need to get him more involved with Debo if he plays. If he, even if he does play, clearly not 100%. There, last I heard, he's 50-50. And so, anyways, yeah, I think Ayuk could be a smart play. My hope here for my team is Lions get up early That way they can run more, Monty gets involved, and Niners pass more. Ayuk and Kittle get involved. I'm not sure that'll happen, but if I'm predicting the Lions to win, we know the Niners, if there's one thing they're not good at is playing from behind. So we'll see how that goes. What's a Mystic Flame strategy question? When making trades, do you think about whether or not you make the other team better? Not too much. You have to think about your team first and foremost because you don't know what the other team is going to really wind up doing. There's a lot of times these super teams are like, oh, the other guy's the number one seed or they're the top of the standings. They're the best team. All it takes is an injury or two, and that's not a super team anymore. Or a guy who was great early in the season fades in the end of the season. You know, how many teams last year that had Stephon Diggs as number one receiver, to name names, and guys who got injured, guys who get faded, Jamar Chase and Stephon Diggs, as your wide receivers. That was amazing in the beginning of the year and then didn't help you win a championship at the end of the year. So, yeah, I know you don't want to make somebody into a super team, but if it makes your team definitely better, you don't worry too much about that. So, all right. Yeah, Python, so I'm trying to get this up. Your prediction is showing, mine showed. I'm going Ravens, Lions. Um, we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. Clayton, I know you're going Niners and who? Chiefs? We'll see. Yeah, exactly. There's no such thing as a super team. Super teams in fantasy last, like a couple of weeks. Things change so quickly. Niners, Ravens. All right. There you go. Top seeds. Let's see if they make it. All right, guys, that's it. That was a quick run through this week's underdog drafts. We just want to let you know that it's out there. If you didn't watch this live, it's okay. You can always check it out. These contests will be running basically up until Sunday. So check them out. Of course, make sure you use code Endgame if you haven't tried Underdog yet. Whatever you put in your account, up to $100, they match it. You get in on the action. It's fun. It's easy. You can win money. Just want to remind you of that. We're going to be doing all sorts of underdog drafts and best ball throughout the off season. Once the playoffs are over, we just start with 2024 season. We already start with rankings and everything else. So again, check it out. All right. I know that was quick, but hey, got draft done. Got to get on live at least for a little bit. Hopefully, we'll see you guys again next week. And Chris and I will maybe do some picks and some drafts for Super Bowl. All right.